know, maybe...
It's been a few months since John stopped working for George, but they've finally gotten back together for a project they've always wanted to do.
Just sit around and wait on him.
First, as it always does, it started with a great deal. George found a lot for sale on Craigslist for only $6,000 up in Gainesville, Georgia. Ever since the Brzezinskis trashed his other rental house, George has been looking for another house, and thinks this might be the place for it.
This lot, we say, in the real estate industry, is great for kids if you're a billy goat.
Of course, according to George, anything worth doing is worth doing in an overly complicated and convoluted manner. So George wants to get a house built on this lot for under $50,000, and preferably find all the materials and labor on Craigslist. If that sounds low, like really low, it's because it is, but so is a $6,000 plot of land or a $100,000 golf course.
Hey, how am I gonna get there if you call me?
Dude, when are you... We've been sitting here for like an hour.
I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
Today, John and George are only here to unload some of the wood John found on Craigslist.
Nice, good cheap wood. From, like, a pole vault pit I was making. But I'm gonna tell him that I bought it off Craigslist, sell it to him, and then keep the money. Floor joists, 3/4 inch tongue and groove. As long as you don't roll that footage where George sees it, we're okay. So do the little caption, 1.5 hours later.
Who took the mailbox?
What mailbox?
Up front. You
Probably the same person that stole the house. What's the combination?
Right there. The combination is
Oh, a wrench?
a wrench.
That's a good look.
Timber! Where you leaving? You just gonna lift it up?
Not on camera. I don't want people to know how to break in.
I don't know how we're gonna get in there.
All right, let's go to lunch. The river view, the yellow river view, and over there is the lake view. You know, in the country, they have a saying, never insult a man when he's uphill and the wind is at his back. You want a Craigslist?
That should go in the garbage.
It's fine. It's 3/4 inch plywood. That's how you build a house for 30 grand.
I thought it was like a pile of wood.
It is. They're just kind of screwed together.
None of this we're ever gonna need.
I'll get it. I live here part of the time now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so that's why I had to get all this wood out. It's hard sleeping. Plus it's kind of stinky. I don't know what all this black stuff is.
Just so you know, this was supposed to be a portable runway, right? A
Portable pit, yeah.
Portable. It was portable, right?
It's quite portable. So easily,
But these don't cost any money, right?
one guy can do it. The aluminum ones are like 3 grand.
Are they a lot later?
Yeah. Yeah, cut all the other footage of you on the phone for an hour. That's probably like, looks like marshmallow.
It all has to be inside. You can't do that
You
outside.
can use it for your siding. Dude, you're trying to build a house for 50 grand. You gotta take what you can get.
I'll tell you what, I ain't using this one.
What's wrong with this wood? It's got some marshmallow cream on it.
Exactly what I was gonna tell you. It's all just crap.
Put a sign up at the road that says free wood. Yeah. Standing here?
already 1,000 negative. Because I'm probably gonna get a fine. They're gonna be like, sorry sir, you can't store building materials.
You know what? You're gonna get an HOA letter about the numbers. Nicer than it was, that's for sure.
Oh, that'll work. So next time you guys come out here, we'll start building the house.
After unloading the wood and fixing the mailbox, George and John drive to George's rental in Lawrenceville to see if anything stored there could be used for the new house.
But we did start something interesting. We started Poop Construction Services. We're an unlimited general contractor in Georgia.
And just the taglines. Poop construction. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You did a really crappy job. Well, thank you. That's why we're number 2.
Poop Construction Services. So, please, put your comments below of what you think our tagline should be for Poop Construction Services.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Please, I
The
cannot
poop fans.
Please, something. I have no idea, but for some reason I just felt that Poop Construction Services. And here's the thing, I did a search. Nobody in the whole United States has that name. Isn't it?
What?
Nobody.
You thought that would have been snapped up right
I know.
away. Poop construction?
Yeah. We paid $100,000 for this house. John, how much did you pay for your Mercedes that sits in the backyard?
Maybe 110?
I realized, so John no longer works, because when John bought this, I'm like, dude, I'm paying him way too much. He needs to go. I'm like, that's it. Look at this. George ain't got one of these. Look at that. Only Pete and John both have Mercedes.
Hanging off my necklace.
Right?
Pete can't poop in his, and he paid more than I did.
So most people get a dumpster to throw their garbage out. This is what he does with it.
This is all free. I gave this to you.
He's like, look, you can build this house.
Like, this is a vapor barrier. You could use this as a vapor barrier.
Look at this. Like, you see this? First of all,
Look,
this is what we call garbage, okay?
That's a perfectly good one-by. So here's part of the lumber for you.
Do you think it's gonna get ruined or yellowed
Yeah.
in the?
Got you some paint.
Yeah, you see, most people, this would be garbage. Look. What?
Most people, it's garbage. The poop construction, we call it Monday.
Look at, oh, we could seam these two together. Look at how nicely neat and organized it is.
You're welcome. Most people would just throw it here. I stacked it nice and neat. 9 rolls of perfectly good roofing paper.
What's all this over here?
Well, that's just a bonus. You can use that as insulation. But look at all these good 2x4s and deck pickets.
We should bring that in and put it right there. That wood.
You want to? We'll put it right here.
No. Is it supposed to be warped like that?
It's got a little curve to it. Have you seen the new TVs that have the curved?
Yeah.
That's what this is. Expensive? This is really dark. Look at all this good lumber for you.
Dude, this really is good.
See, I told you.
Where's the car and you can get rid of it. It's gonna smell.
Match the other one.
It'll smell though.
After a nice day of effectively dumping trash, John uses the next day to visit the county courthouse and hammer out the legal legwork needed to build this new place. He ends up discovering more than either he or George bargained for. Not only does the lot have a colorful history,
He bought this off Craigslist. So however many years ago, a lady had a house that burnt to the ground. Some plumber guy bought it and then he died. And so it clouded the title. So somebody after the plumber bought it couldn't do anything with it. Another guy bought it, didn't do anything with it. He sold it to a Hispanic guy who threw it up on Craigslist. And then George got me to buy it in my name. So I guess I technically own this lot somehow, but it's a clouded title. So the dead plumber could come back from the dead and try to take the house. That's the only bad part. So I'm signing it over to George and hands off. I'm more worried about a zombie plumber. You ever seen a zombie plumber? Well, anybody that has, they're not here to tell about it.
But it's also got other issues.
So we're building this house for $50,000, which you tell me I can't do.
You can't. Here's the problem. I went to the county. 4 hours later, they pulled out their little computer and said, your slab is in the easement, so it's too close to the road.
What do you mean it's in the easement?
So you have to redo your whole slab.
When did this easement become?
I don't know. I'm not the county.
So, but what's this red line?
So here's the good news. This we thought was one lot. This is actually 3 lots.
So we own 3 lots.
You own 3 lots.
We own.
So we could maybe.
So what you're saying is I'd have to move this back a little bit?
You have to just pick this slab up, like we just each, like just,
Get a corner?
yeah, and just move it this way a little bit. Can't be that heavy, right?
But what's this? How come there's 2 red lines?
This is supposedly 100 feet from dead center
Right?
of the road, and then this one's 30 feet from the edge. That's the new code.
When did they bring it about?
As soon as you brought in your property. And then they're saying that since these are 3 separate lots,
Right.
they're saying you're encroaching on your lot. So you may
I'm not
have to.
approaching. I might have to
Dude,
write a letter
you
to.
need to sue yourself.
I need to sue. What's this again, John?
$6,000.
So you're saying we got 3 lots.
3 lots for
$6,000, and you don't think I can build it for? And I have a question, just so people will know. Where's the lake?
Well, you got a lake view.
Okay.
So if you're standing on top of the house and you got about a 30 foot ladder,
Uh huh.
and you put it up here, you can look and you can barely see the lake over here.
What lake is it?
I think it's a river. So whether we're doing 1 house, 3 house, whatever,
Right.
we have to get it surveyed, and you have to get this placement surveyed.
House location plan.
Yes. And then, yeah, how'd you know? And then, so I called 15 guys.
Right.
This guy, Bud's Engineering,
But
3 weeks. He's the shortest. Everybody else is 4 to 6 weeks.
are you serious?
Bud said, I can get it pretty close. So we're stuck. We can't do anything
I
for
want to
like
take a picture of that.
4 weeks.
So we're stuck again.
So nothing doing for another month. Until then, however, quench your thirst for chaos with a preview of what the house building will look like as John defends his handiwork of George's back deck.
No
Supposed
brush?
to do it. No, I'm just supposed to put the stone on. That's it. I'm done.
Well, I have a question. Are you supposed to see the cement?
Some of it gives it character. Here's the problem. Whoever built your deck, I won't mention Pete's name. You see this little half board here?
Yeah.
So I had to come out. So I had to fix the deck. And by the way, this, I had to redo the entire bottom of the deck.
Well, will you ever connect these?
I didn't agree to redo your whole deck. I just was gonna stone wrap it. Remember the steps? I was like, well, I ain't doing the steps. And you're like, oh no, you gotta do the steps. Did the steps. The steps are messed up. I had to rebuild this entire.
I trip over them all the time.
Look at this fine work over here though. This is good looking. See that precision cut and the cleanup? I clean up just as well as Pete. All in all, for what you paid,
What is it, 16,000?
18, I believe.
18,000?
That's about right.
I mean, I didn't know brick was so expensive.
Well, it's more of the labor.
Oh, the labor. Okay.
Yeah,
Just so I know.
figure out per days. But she's a beauty.